Lisa Michigan versus Deanna Gray. Appearances, please.
Lisa Coyle appearing on behalf of the people.
Celebrating on behalf of Ms. Deanna Gray, Your Honor, waive the reading, stand mute. She's been advised of her rights.
4 failed traffic stops. That's not just reckless, that's a chase scene straight out of Fast and Furious Courtroom edition, but real life doesn't come with stunt double. This is serious. The prosecution is setting the stage for what could be. Seen as a pattern of endangerment. Keep listening because this gets wilder.
All right, the court will enter not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Gray. Bond recommendation, Mrs. Coyle.
Bond recommendation in this is, the officer in charge did appear, and I spoke to her briefly about a bond recommendation. We discussed about a high cash bond she was looking for, but I think based on the fact that Ms. Gray is 19, I think a recommendation we can make is $50,000 personal, absolutely no driving, and a tether. The officer in charge agreed the tether was the most important thing. This is which she admits driving to 80, 90 miles an hour. This involves going to the drag racing activity. First she's recklessly driving from officers. She drove in an erratic way to evade the officers. There were 4 separate traffic stop attempts. She puts people's lives in danger by driving so recklessly. And then that happened on the 26th. On the 27th, then she goes to the location with the drag racing. Her car had no plate on it.
Driving the wrong way down a one-way street, no plates, nearly hitting a scout carrot. This point, it's not just traffic violations, it's a public safety nightmare. What would you consider a fair bond for this kind of behavior? Drop it in the comments. 50K personal or something stricter.
She was driving the wrong way down a one-way street, nearly struck a scout car. And when she was ordered to put her hands in the air, she put the car in reverse and nearly struck the scout car. So she is a danger, Your Honor. And so I think being, where a cash bond is maybe appropriate, but I think a tether house arrest as well as an absolutely no driving is appropriate because she is 19 years old and she has using the motor vehicle as a weapon. She's not afraid of the police officers. There's 4 attempted traffic stops in which she continuously, recklessly evaded the officers. So I do believe she is a danger, Your Honor. So I'm asking for that, most importantly, that tether, Your Honor, with the no driving. Thank you.
Clarification, Mrs. Coyle. You said 4 attempts during the same sequence of events?
Yes. They tried to stop her. That she was. I'm going to go back to the IR.
Okay. No. I just want clarification on that. Yeah.
The way it was written up was that it began at about 11:30 p.m. and goes into the next morning. But there are 4 separate attempts to try to get away from the officers. And then when she's ordered to comply and put her hands in the air, when she gets in the car, puts it in reverse and almost hits the scout car. She's out of control.
Okay. All right. I got it. Mr. Reagan, response?
Judge, did you say, oh, wow? I mean, I think that it's just to the contrary.
I said, oh, wow. Yeah,
I think
oh,
to the
wow.
contrary, it's not that she's, not afraid of police. I think if what is...
You can't even look at a car. The defense attorney is pulling out the zero tolerance comedy card. But behind the jokes is a clear message. This 19-year-old is only a threat behind the wheel. The court seems to agree, and it's about to decide if freedom comes with a GPS tether.
True in the report, if that is true, then she's probably scared, trying to get away. Now, being a danger, I understand what could have happened, what may have happened, but it didn't, Judge. Nothing happened. She was finally apprehended. Now, saying all this, is she a danger? Yes, if she's behind the wheel of a car. If she's not, then she's a 19-year-old, Judge. Say no driving. Tell her not to drive. That's a condition of bond. We're here at the early stage. We're not going to trial. We're not talking about all this other stuff. We're saying you're dangerous if you behind a wheel, and that may not be, controversial. I mean, that might be Seriously. So I'm asking the court for the personal bond, and just with the condition, absolutely you can't drive a car. You can't even look at a car. I mean, I think that's
Look at a car. Come on now, Mr.
I'm just saying that no driving. That's that point.
Mr. Reagan, I got a couple follow-up questions for you. Is she employed?
Judge, she is employed at Taco Bell.
Did she finish high school?
Yes, she does. She's in college. She's done some college, so she is a high school graduate, Judge.
She's done some college, or she's continued to go to college? Which one?
Are you still in college now? No, she's a high school graduate. She's attended some college. How far did you go in college?
My freshman year.
You finished your freshman year?
No.
Through your freshman year? So
I didn't hear her. What she said? Did you complete the first semester?
Did you complete the first semester of college?
Yeah.
So I think that was a yes.
And you didn't enroll for the second semester?
No.
Okay. Was it a community college or a four-year institution?
Community college.
All right. I'm going to give you a personal bond, ma'am. A $10,000 personal bond. Are very, very serious, and it seems to be, at least in this incident, you like to associate yourself with some individuals like.
Did you catch that? She recognized the unmarked police car and still fled, admitting that that's big. It suggests fear, but also full awareness. This could either support her defensor or completely unravel it, depending on how the judge weighs intent versus danger.
Drag race. And I do know that in the investigator's report, it stated that you recognized the initial vehicle as an unmarked police car because a marked patrol car appeared behind her shortly thereafter. She admitted that this was her first time fleeing because she was in fear. And also you indicated that you were involved in the accident, which caused her license to detach from a vehicle, and you placed the license plate in the back of your vehicle. There's a lot going on here that more than meets the eye for this, that's in this investigator's report. There's a lot of backstory that's not here. I am going to give you a GPS tether. No restrictions. You seem to like to hang out in places where drag racing was going on. And that's the reason for the tether. I'm not saying you were involved in it. I'm saying you like to be at least a bystander or somewhat observer of it. So $10,000 personal bond, no driving, regardless of the status of driver's license, GPS tether, no restrictions.
From drag races to bricks, we've got a completely different defendant here, now accused of attacking her grandmother with a brick. Yeah, this docket took a hard turn. If you were the judge, would you allow bond here or mandate a psych eval first?
I would like to encourage you to go back to school. Probable cause June 5th, preliminary examination June 12th. Both in front of Judge Giles. Do you have any questions regarding your bond and/or court dates, ma'am? Okay, hearing none, step aside, please. All right, what's your name, ma'am?
Greathouse.
All right, this is case number 25057888601. Precinct Michigan versus Dora Greathouse. Appearances, please.
Lisa Coyle, appearing on behalf of the people.
For the record, on behalf of Ms. Greathouse, Your Honor, waive the reading, stand mute. She's been advised of her rights.
All right, the court will enter not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Greathouse. Bond recommendation, Mrs. Coyle?
Recommending 50,000 personal, no contact with her mother, her grandmother, who's 75, and her sister. No contact with the Albion address. This is a situation where she attacked her grandmother with a brick, and she tried to hit her with a brick, and then she attacked her sister and her mother. And so I think if there's no contact and no contact with the address, it appears that they all live together. That should suffice. I do not see, the only thing I see in a record is a 2023 CCW under height of status, nothing assaultive.
Okay.
Mr. Reagan, does she have an alternative place to stay?
Yes, Judge. She absolutely does. Absolutely.
Okay. All right, $50,000 personal bond. You're not to possess any handguns, firearms, other dangerous weapons. No contact with Miss Smith, Miss Selena Greathouse, and Tamika Glover. You cannot go back to the Albion address where this incident allegedly occurred. Is that clear, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. Probable cause June 10th, preliminary examination June 17th. Both in front of Judge Jack K. Please step aside, ma'am. What's your name, ma'am?
Latoya Walker.
All right, this is case number 250-5788902. People of Michigan versus Latoya Walker. Appearances, please.
Lisa Coyle appearing on behalf of the people.
For the record, on behalf of Ms. Walker, waive the reading, stand mute. She's been advised of her rights, Judge.
All right, the court will enter not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Walker. I rang Mr. Simpson just a few minutes ago. I gave him a $15,000 personal bond. Ms. Walker just has the drug charge. What's the bond recommendation from the people?
5,000 personal, Your Honor.
No objection, Judge.
$5,000 personal bond, Ms. Walker. While this case is pending, ma'am, you're not to possess any handguns, firearms, other dangerous weapons. No drugs, ma'am. You have the same court dates as your co-defendant, Mr. Simpson. Probable cause June 6th, preliminary examination June 12th, both in front of Judge Giles. Ms. Walker, do you have any questions regarding your bond, conditions, and or court dates?
Cash or surety. We're asking for a tether as well as a curfew. You can see the defendant's being charged with his felony firearms second offense notice, all of that prohibited persons, gun charges, as well as the R&O. The chronology of his history, criminal history, goes like this.
No. You don't have to give that to him. I got it. He's a habitual fourth.
Yeah, but he's on probation. I mean, okay. He just ended up on
probation.
Yeah.
He's on probation for what?
For tampering, for felony tampering with evidence, as well as a B&E with intent.
All right, how long is his probation?
3 years. He spent a year in jail as well. Credit for time served. Probation started August of 24.
Okay, so this is arguably a violation of that probation.
Arguably. Probably, in all likelihood, yeah. I mean,
right. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Vincent.
I think the danger here is the idea that while he's on probation, while this is a second offense notice, he's possessing this loaded firearm. He has a propensity for guns. And why? I don't know. I'm not here to, ask those types of questions, but he continues to have them.
Church. So he is working, Judge. He does have a job.
Wait a minute. Solomon's Temple on the east side?
Yes, sir. We're going to sell them out.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I know my churches, Mr. Reagan.
I know you do, Judge.
Okay. What do you do at Small Solomon's Temple, sir?
I just help out my granddad. I just help my granddad out there, the elder there. I just help him out, pass out food. I clean up outside. They do pay me though every weekend, like $75.
Mr. Carroll, when I say you're not supposed to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons, what does that mean to you?
I mean exactly what it sounds like, sir.
Okay, you're charged with a second offense. You understand that? You understand that?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
And you may be violated on your Oakland County probation. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
What judge are you in front of in Oakland County?
Judge Polis. Polis. She's a female.
I think you're gonna have bigger fish to fry than this case, sir. Have you had your probation violation hearing yet?
Oh, sorry.
Have you been noticed the one? Okay, I'm going to give you a personal bond, but you are to contact Agent Tompkin with respect to this case. You understand that?
Yes, sir. I do.
Does he know about this?
Yes. Fortunately.
He does?
Yes, unfortunately, yes.
All right. That's my only requirement. You contact your probation officer. $10,000 personal bond. You're not to possess any handguns, firearms, other dangerous weapons. Probable cause June 10th, preliminary examination June 17th. Both in front of Judge Marlena Taylor. Step aside, please.